Guys, ARMY, this community that has followed every little moment between Jungkook and Jimin, today we need to talk about something that fans only recently started noticing. And honestly, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's not a huge stage moment, it's not a dramatic confession, and it's not something loud or obvious. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's something incredibly small. Something so simple that most people missed it at first. But when fans slowed down the clips, replayed the moments, and started connecting the dots, suddenly everyone realized the same thing at the same time. That tiny little habit from Jimin might actually be one of the reasons Jungkook looks at him the way he does. And the moment ARMY figured it out, people didn't scream, they didn't argue, they just smiled. Because it was that sweet. Now think about this for a second, guys. We've watched these two grow up together for more than a decade. Since the early days of BTS, when Jungkook was just a shy teenager and Jimin was the warm, slightly chaotic friend who always stayed close to him. Over the years, we've seen hundreds of interactions between them. Funny ones, chaotic ones, emotional ones, and of course those moments that make the entire fandom collectively lose their minds. But sometimes the most meaningful moments aren't the loud ones. They're the quiet gestures. The ones that happen naturally when cameras aren't the focus anymore. And that's exactly what fans started noticing again recently. It happened during a casual behind-the-scenes clip. Nothing dramatic was happening. The members were just talking, laughing, doing what they always do. But in the middle of the conversation, Jimin did something that longtime fans instantly recognized. He gently checked on Jungkook. Not in a dramatic way, not in a way meant to get attention. Just a soft, natural moment of care. And Jungkook's reaction, well, that's the part that made everyone pause. Because the moment Jimin did that, Jungkook's entire expression changed. His face softened. His eyes lit up. And he gave that small, almost shy smile that fans know so well. The kind of smile he only shows when he feels completely comfortable around someone. And suddenly ARMY started replaying the clip again and again. People started posting screenshots. Edits began appearing everywhere. And slowly the realization spread across the fandom. This wasn't a one-time thing. Jimin has been doing this for years. That simple habit of quietly taking care of Jungkook, checking if he's okay, teasing him gently, or just standing close enough so Jungkook knows he's there. It's such a small thing, but somehow it always pulls the same reaction out of Jungkook. That soft smile, that relaxed body language, that look that says more than words ever could. And that's when fans started saying the same thing. Maybe it's these tiny moments that make Jungkook feel so connected to Jimin. And guys, if you've been in this fandom long enough, you know exactly what we're talking about. Think about all those little moments throughout the years. The way Jimin instinctively moves closer to Jungkook during interviews. The way he notices when Jungkook is quiet and tries to bring him back into the conversation. The way he laughs at Jungkook's jokes even when no one else catches them. It's like Jimin has this radar specifically tuned to Jungkook. And the interesting part is how Jungkook responds. Because every time Jimin does something like that, Jungkook's reaction is always immediate. He turns toward him. He listens more closely. He smiles wider. Sometimes he even gets a little shy, which is something fans rarely see from the confident global superstar he's become. That contrast is exactly what makes these moments so powerful. It reminds everyone that beneath all the fame, beneath the stadium concerts and global success, these two are still the same friends who supported each other from the very beginning. But here's the moment that really made the fandom melt recently. During a candid clip, Jungkook was talking and joking around with the others, and for a split second, he seemed a little unsure about what he was saying. It was subtle, but fans noticed. Before anyone else reacted, Jimin leaned slightly toward him and said something softly. We couldn't even hear the exact words. But whatever he said made Jungkook burst into that genuine laugh that lights up his whole face. And right there, for that tiny second, Jungkook looked at Jimin with this expression that fans immediately recognized. Not shock, not surprise, just warmth. Pure warmth. It was the kind of look that only happens when someone makes you feel understood without needing to explain anything. And that's when ARMY started sharing the clip everywhere with captions like, "Did you see that?" And "This is why Jungkook loves being around Jimin." The comments filled with fans saying the same thing. It's the little things. And honestly, guys, that's what makes this story so beautiful. Because in a world where everything is loud, dramatic, and constantly online, the thing that stands out the most between these two isn't a grand gesture. It's the quiet consistency. Jimin being there, again and again. The small smiles, the gentle teasing, the subtle way he reassures Jungkook when he senses even the smallest hesitation. And when fans noticed it again recently, the reaction across the fandom wasn't chaotic or dramatic.
It was softer than that.
People were sharing the clip with heart emojis. Others said they felt emotional watching it. Some even said it reminded them of friendships in their own lives. Because at the end of the day, what we're seeing isn't just celebrity interaction. It's genuine connection. The kind that grows stronger through years of shared experiences, struggles, and victories. And let's be real for a moment, ARMY. Jungkook has always admired Jimin in ways that are easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. Over the years, he's talked about Jimin's dedication, his work ethic, and how much effort he puts into everything he does. Jungkook has even mentioned before that Jimin inspires him to work harder. That kind of respect builds something deeper than simple friendship. And when you combine that admiration with Jimin's natural warmth and attentiveness, you start to understand why these little moments feel so meaningful. Jungkook doesn't just laugh at Jimin's jokes. He genuinely looks happy when Jimin is around. Fans notice the way his posture changes, the way his energy shifts, the way he sometimes leans closer when Jimin speaks. It's subtle, but it's real. And that authenticity is exactly why the fandom can't stop smiling when these moments appear. What makes this even more fascinating is how natural it all feels. There's no performance in these interactions. No exaggerated reactions for the cameras. If anything, they often happen when the members forget the cameras are even there. And those are always the moments that ARMY treasures the most. Because that's when we see the real dynamic between them. Friends who know each other so well that communication sometimes happens without words. A quick glance, a shared laugh, a small reassuring gesture. And suddenly the whole fandom is replaying the clip like detectives trying to capture every tiny detail. Did you see Jungkook's smile there? Did you notice how Jimin immediately looked back at him? These conversations spread across social media within hours, turning one simple moment into something the entire community talks about for days. And maybe that's the real reason this story resonates so much with fans. It reminds us why we fell in love with these artists in the first place. Not just because of their music or their performances or their global success, but because of the genuine human connections they share with each other. Watching Jungkook and Jimin interact feels like watching two people who truly understand one another. And in a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, seeing that kind of bond is comforting. It makes people smile. It makes people feel emotional. And it reminds this community why we've stayed together for so many years. So when fans say that this simple habit from Jimin makes Jungkook seem even more affectionate toward him, it's not meant to start debates or wild theories. It's simply an observation. A sweet one. The idea that sometimes the smallest gestures carry the biggest meaning. A quiet word of encouragement. A gentle check-in. A shared laugh at the right moment. These are the things that build trust and closeness over time. And when ARMY noticed it again recently, the response wasn't loud excitement. It was something even better. People smiling at their screens. Fans commenting, "This is so wholesome." Edits filled with soft music and slow-motion clips spreading across the internet. In other words, the kind of moment that makes this fandom feel like a community again. And honestly, guys, moments like this are why being part of this community feels so special. Because we're not just watching performances or music videos. We're witnessing a story that has been unfolding for years. A story about growth, friendship, and the little connections that make everything meaningful. Jungkook and Jimin may be global superstars now, but when we see interactions like this, they feel just like the same two friends who debuted together all those years ago. Laughing at each other's jokes, supporting each other quietly, and sometimes reminding us that the most powerful emotions don't need dramatic words. They show up in simple gestures. So the next time you see a clip of them together, pay attention to those tiny details. The way Jimin glances toward Jungkook during conversations. The way Jungkook instantly reacts when Jimin says something. Those little moments might seem small at first, but they tell a bigger story about connection, trust, and friendship. And honestly, that might be the real reason fans can't stop smiling whenever they see them interact. Alright, Army, now we want to hear from you. Did you notice that moment too? Did it make you smile the way it made the rest of the fandom smile? Let us know in the comments what you think about these sweet interactions between Jungkook and Jimin. And if you enjoyed this story and want more videos like this exploring the moments that make this community so special, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.